I thank our students for their presentations. I especially thank our alumni. Pete has already left. Oh, he's right there. Okay. All right. Wow. I very much appreciate them returning as well. And Josh and Vikram, you know where you'll be a year today. Vikram, you might want to, given your flight trajectory, you might want to make some plans right away. But I do hope everyone has an opportunity to review the students' work in this document, because it really is very impressive. Every year we ask a member of our faculty to say a few words to the graduates before we send them on their way. And to perform this task tonight, it's a great pleasure to introduce Dr. David Piper. Dr. Piper is a professor in the Master of Science in Biotechnology program and teaches in the course Early Drug Discovery. He holds a PhD in neuroscience and is the director of R&D for cell biology with Thermo Fisher Scientific.
Thanks, Kurt. It's really been my honor to be part of this program for about 7 years now, and I appreciate the opportunity to send you off with a few thoughts. I just do want to say, Vikram and Josh, that was really great. It was awesome presentations, succinct, love it. I am a little disappointed to see you all here, though, because I hear that people are like walking out on Condoleezza Rice, Hillary Clinton, P. Diddy, so I don't know if that means you like me or you're just apathetic. So listen, I want to touch on 4 things. First, I want to congratulate you, and then I want to caution you. I'm going to encourage you, and then if we have time in my few minutes, we're going to celebrate you. So first of all, really congratulations to each of you. You did a phenomenal job. You know, you completed a long and arduous journey. I don't think it was short. I know it feels short now, but there were times in the middle of it where I know you don't think it was short. And you know, as your faculty, we know you haven't necessarily made it easy on you, and nor should we have. And we recognize the personal sacrifices that you made. And that your families have made to allow you to take this journey. So thank you, families, for supporting your members. You know, and we hope this opportunity has broadened and strengthened you. And we applaud you for that. But this is a time for celebration, and as you cross this finish line in another chapter in your lives, you know, we hope that you can take these learnings, your hard work, your new intellectual, tactical, and strategic skills that we hope you've acquired, and implement them to improve your lives and improve the lives of those around you and the communities around you. And I think, you know, these 2 talks are just great examples of that sort of thinking, which is driven towards a large global problem, both of them, and with some very novel ideas. Now, I want to caution you because the journey's not over, right? So this commencement, your diploma, you know, they represent a finish line, but just one finish line. Anybody watching the NHL playoffs? Nobody? You guys are in Wisconsin? You got nothing? NBA playoffs, the Derby, right? I mean, first round of the playoffs, whatever, right? You're not done. You know, the Blackhawks aren't done. The Derby is the start of the Triple Crown. You got to win the Derby before you get to win the Triple Crown, right? That's where you guys are at. You got more work to do. Your diploma is a piece of paper, right? I mean, I hate to break it to you. I don't even know where mine is. Seriously. It's not on a wall. It's not proudly displayed in my office. And it's not because I'm not proud of the work I did, but it's a piece of paper. It's a key to a door. It's a seat at the table, right? But it's up to you to do something with that seat, right? You know, it's a metaphor for all the work that you've done. And that metaphor is different for each of you. And, you know, I know that you all did different kinds of work and different levels of work. And that's why, as, you know, hiring managers or as people that want to invest in you as a startup company, you know, you got to make sure those people know what you bring to the table, and that's what your job is now. So it's really up to you to move forward, you know, with these tools, with your passion, and to make a difference. Mark Twain once said, "The world doesn't owe you anything, it was here first." And we don't have to be that austere, but truly, you know, the rest of the people in the world don't owe you anything right now because you have a diploma. You owe it to yourselves to show them what you have and make that difference, okay? I mean, this is the exciting part, turning ambiguity into something important. And you guys have the tools to do it. So when you move down your career path, you know, you're going to come down some forks, you're going to have to make some tough decisions, some commitments, take chances, mitigate risks, and do some work. And I just implore you to keep your eyes wide open, all right? As many of us and many of the guest speakers in the early drug discovery class showed you, our paths are very, very different. And there were many things that happened that we didn't expect, right? So set some goals so you know what you're doing, but be prepared for those forks. You know, you may have a map, but there might be a road that's not on that map. I mean, that may not be true today with Google Maps and drones that are flying around and making new maps, but the old kind, Rand McNally, they had to get updated, right? So keep an eye out for those roads. Or there may be a whole new mode of transportation, right? So just be aware of it. You know, so consider that as you move forward. And for those of you that have had your education supported by your company, think about what you can do for them before you prepare to move on, you know? They invested in you, you know? And hopefully, you know, I know as someone that has helped put people through the program, we hope that you're going to come back and create a greater impact in your organization. So, you know, I have to say that as somebody with a big company. So listen, you know, that's enough of what you got to do. I encourage you, you guys have what you need. You're smart, you're bright, you're motivated, you've done what you need to do. So just get out there and do it. There's no question that you have everything you need to do to be successful, okay? So innovate. You know, think about new things. And it's not always technology, right? And we talk about a lot of technology in this class, but you got to think about what does the customer want, you know? Like when Vikram said, you know, yeah, they don't want to get hepatitis B, but they don't want to get poked by a needle either, right? You know, there's some incredible innovation, like Starbucks. They didn't do anything to coffee, but they made an assembly line. I mean, you can go to Starbucks, it could be like 15 people deep. You're coming out with a latte in like 3 minutes, you know? You go into Barriques, you could be the only guy, it could be like 15 minutes, you know? I mean, it's a different experience, right? Amazon.com, I mean, they turned the marketplace upside down, right? I mean, you can buy almost anything you want on Amazon.com. It's at your house in like 2 days, and you can return it if you want. It's not a problem. Unbelievable. The iPad, I mean, or the iPod. I mean, who would have thought in like 1970, Kurt, right? Who would have thought that people would give up high fidelity sound for some little earplug that's like, because they want access to music. I mean, completely revolutionized the way people get a hold of media, right? Now, I mean, there was technology involved in the iPod, but, you know. So I'm just trying to encourage you to think about innovation in a different way, okay? Don't just rely on technology. And just always think about the customer. Always put your customer first, right? And you'll be successful in what you're doing. Collaborate. You can't do it alone. You know, Josh said it, you guys, one of the reasons you had fun together is because you acted as a group. We didn't put a man on the moon, you know, without a team. Michael Jordan didn't win 6 NBA championships without a team. You know, we've asked you to work as teams, you've done a good job at it, you've faced some of the problems with it, I'm sure you all see it in your workplace as well. You know, I implore you to continue to hone that skill. To identify situations where collaboration will give you something you couldn't ordinarily get, or could give you more, and don't worry about the equality of it. If you're able to attain something as a team that you couldn't ordinarily do, or you can get more, it's all going to work out, you know? And that's a huge, huge skill in whether it's a small company or a big company, whether you're a leader or part of the team. Collaborate. And finally, communicate. And you guys are probably sick of me hearing me say that. You're like, Piper, seriously, more communication? But look, it just can't be overstated, you know? I cannot stress how important communication is. And it's not just one way. It's not just about, we talk a lot about, I talk to you a lot about writing papers and about giving presentations, but it's also about listening, you know, and understanding what people are saying to you, not just the words, but really what they mean, and trying to understand it from their perspective instead of from yours. And when you're communicating to them, trying to understand how they're listening to you, right? So important. So, you know, consider that, and consider it in your meetings, in your emails, in your grant proposals, in your business pitches, at dinners, scientific posters, marketing collateral, the way you read papers, the way you read intellectual property. Critical to success. And for that matter, let's take a step back, critical to getting a job. I mean, I can tell you right now, 2 people come to me and they have the same skill set, the person that's a better communicator is getting the job every day, hands down. I don't think there's a hiring manager out there that would tell you anything different. Or an investor, right? I mean, nobody's going to want to give you money if you can't tell them why and they get it, right? So, all right, enough of the cautionary tales and advice. We're here to celebrate you, so let me just give you one final thought. You guys, great job. You've accomplished something very special in addition to your day jobs. You should be proud of yourselves, and I'm sure your families are. I know we are. And only you guys know how much sacrifice you invested, but we congratulate and celebrate you. The last piece of single career advice I think that I can give you is find your passion and follow it. You know, for those of you that know what it is, for those of you that know what turns you on, what gets you out of bed, you know, you're a step ahead of everybody else. Stick with that. Find the skill sets, and find the jobs that require those skill sets, and you're going to just blow it out, blow the doors out, you know. And if you can't answer that question today for yourself, that's okay. You know, some people it takes many years. But if you can't, then do yourself the favor to spend some time every week, every day, asking yourself, what do I really enjoy? What is it? Not the big picture, but the little things at work that you enjoy, okay? And leverage that, all right? If you can marry your passion to the tools that each of you possess, the hard work to success is going to become a piece of cake. And ladies and gentlemen, dinner's over. It's time for you to get some of that cake, all right? So, again, thank you.
Thank you very much, David. Now, we'll give everyone a minute to make sure their name is up there. All right. Well, many thanks to all of our speakers this evening. We very much appreciated your participation. As we prepare to provide our students with their final recognition, I'd just like to acknowledge some very, very special people. First and foremost, the faculty in the Master of Science in Biotechnology program really do represent a unique cross-section of backgrounds, expertise, professions, and they bring it together in a way that is very difficult to do. And so I really want to applaud them and personally thank them, and I'll ask them, everyone who's here, to stand and take a round of applause. I think one of the things that's most important to reflect on is that if someone is a leader in the field, one of the things they are most concerned about is who will be the next leader in the field. And I hope that in addition to the expertise that you've taken from these faculty, you also take from them this example, and that as you continue to grow in your own careers, you'll consider sharing your expertise with people who will be in your very same position. I do want to very especially acknowledge Natalie Betts. Stand up again, Natalie. Natalie has the task of making 8 a.m. on Saturday mornings seem fun. She's a very dedicated professional and a wonderful role model for the students. And we certainly have never been more grateful or more proud that Natalie is part of the program. All right. I want to thank Brian Husk, who is our information technology professional, sometimes photographer, sometimes videographer. He has the job of training, making sure all of our students' laptops work perfectly so that the faculty can tell them to shut them down. But we're very appreciative of Brian's support. We also really want to acknowledge Lynn Schrader. Lynn, stand up. Lynn is known as the hardest working woman in Madison. She takes wonderful care of the program and is an incredibly dedicated professional, and we really would absolutely be lost without her. One of the tasks that Lynn undertakes every spring is production of surprisingly, maybe even suspiciously, realistic depictions of UW-Madison diplomas that she makes herself that we'll give you here tonight. We've never asked Lynn where she developed this skill for forging government documents. But we're appreciative of it. In several weeks, you will receive an envelope, crumpled brown envelope at home that will contain your diploma from the University of Wisconsin. And until then, we hope that the diploma that Lynn has prepared for you here tonight will suffice as a testament to the work that you've done. I'll ask Dr. Piper to join me up here again to help distribute the diplomas. What we will do, make sure I have a list of our graduates. We will call each of you up to the stage to receive your diploma from Dr. Piper. Dr. Piper will offer you the diploma, perhaps offer best wishes, and then we'll ask you when you receive it to please stay on the stage. Okay? To the family members that are here, traditionally at these ceremonies, as names are called, we ask, or you are asked to hold your applause until the very end. We really prefer, as your graduate's name is called, that you hoot and holler and shout as loudly as you can. And just in case the family of our first graduate is concerned that if they do it and no one else will, I'll ask everyone to join in to make sure there is a suitably celebratory feel. All right? So we will begin with our first graduate, Derek Burr. Courtney Erickson, stay on stage. Stay on stage. All right. Courtney Erickson, sorry. This group cannot follow directions.
That's how it was for 2 years.
2 years. Jeffrey Griniger. Mustafa Hafez. Vikram Hare. Kalai Jasuthasan. Kamawan Kohler, sorry. Manaj Kumar. Richard Lacoussier. Kevin Lamb. Mark Larson. Timothy Larson. Lombard. Jill Makut. Ryan McKay. Nicholas McNabb. Joshua Morlock. Paul Nichols. Ellen Rashke. Timothy Reinfleisch. Ryan Slott.
Stand in front, Ryan.
Ryan Wakowiak. All right, so there is your class of 2014. And that concludes the program tonight. You can stay in here as long as you'd like for pictures. There's dessert and champagne in the lobby. Thank you all very much.